Good evening, guys. In some parts of the world it might be good morning, in some parts it might be good night. But hello, guys. This talk is a super talk and I want to cover it in different sections. So there'll definitely be 2 parts to this, possibly 3, because there's a lot of information and I want to bring it out in a very structured way. So then you can get the real understanding instead of going straight to the end bit and start bringing up statistics and thousands of case studies of why or why not childhood vaccines in general might work, might not work. So as we're about to start, but also obviously the name of this talk is Vaccines, Childhood Illnesses and Autoimmunity. And I'm going to structure it in a way so then we can understand what is really going on and how things are and how things work and how we work and how nature works and how vaccines work. And then at the end of it, you can make your own assumption. And why is the face, if you can see it, is half shaved and half not shaved? And you're going to go, well, is this a fashion statement or something? No, not really, guys. Not a fashion statement, but it's just a part I just wanted to bring out today. I just felt it, so I thought I'll bring it out. I'm being creative. But there is so much controversy in so many different areas, especially this area. It is a very, very big topic, guys. A lot of parents, a lot of families have seen outcomes that are incredibly nasty. And they're confused. So much messages and information has been drummed since, say, the 60s, 70s, 80s, and leading up to 2026, that it's becoming distant, it's becoming faded, it's becoming like, I heard this, I believe this, I don't know, I'm sitting on the fence. So this is why half face. I'm bringing out the full understanding. So when we bring out, by the end, the full understanding, I'll have a completely shaved face because I want you guys to have the full understanding, not theories or something that was said out in media or so forth of whispers. So that's the half face. So let's bring in our incredible bodies, the thousands of years, our incredible bodies. How does our incredible bodies work? Do we have an immune system? And I'm sure most of you say, yes, we do have an immune system. Could there be possibly inside our one body 2 different parts of the immune system? Let's cover this. So as you've looked at children, you have your own children, you've had grandchildren, you have nephews, you have nieces and so forth. You'll notice, obviously, as they're babies, they're always crawling around, touching things, putting things to their mouths. And you go, what is it? Is it just because they haven't learnt yet and they still have to learn and they're just babies and just putting everything, rocks and dirt and stuff in their mouth? Could be, but let's go into the real part of it. So we all know, guys, every one of us has tonsils. Has anyone really thought about what tonsils are and what they do? The little dangly things, and I'm sure you won't be able to see it if I open my throat, but you've got the picture. Little dangly thing, kind of shaped like that, and goes up like a U shape. But it's quite long and it's dangly. And you go, what is the true purpose of it? It's not there to taste food. That's we got taste buds. Taste buds are on our tongue. And they're brought on by saliva and so forth. They're actually there from birth to catch and, as an antenna, grab anything that our bodies will need to grow stronger, not only as a baby, but as we go into young adulthood, and become elderly. So it's a radar and it picks up stuff. And then Mother Earth, nature, for years upon thousands of years, is she working with us And this is all correlating with each other, guys, because there's a lot of controversies on this, and later on it will be brought up clearly and you'll go, I get it now. So we've heard lots of stories. Nature's out to get us. And that's what scientists have made us believe from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, especially with, getting sick, getting chicken pox, getting measles, and so forth. Nature's out to get us. So, vaccines. But is nature really out to get us, guys? Or was there a purpose for those things, for our bodies to take it on board, and at the end of it, something magnificent, but you can't see it, was happening behind the scenes? I'll leave that with you because this will get cleared up later too. So really, guys, if Mother Nature was out to get us, let's just say, from the start, and we know we belong here, and we know all of us now are starting to awaken that we are all made up of an energy, and when we tap into it, of love. That love has no constrictions. It runs quantum. It runs here. It could run on other parallel timelines of the same version of us. There is no limits to us. So this planet was created. It was created with our image, us, as being creators. It's beautiful. And if nature was out to get us, from the time we got here, everything would be against us. There'd be no food. There'd be no nourishment. There'd be no air. There'd be no water. But there's beautiful foods. There's avocado that give us essential oils. There's red grapes. There's mushrooms. There's vitamins. There's supplements that come from food and so forth. And the complexity of those things in nature at different seasons should put them out, and then they disappear, and then something else will come out to nourish our bodies at the right time. So if really nature was out to get us, why would she do that from the start, and still has to today, produce everything we need in all different varieties so we can stay healthy? So you got to think that, keep that in your mind. Nature, from scientists, is out to get us. We're going to die. Okay. So how does our body deal with anything? Let's just say chickenpox. So the first line of defense is our first immune system defense. It's called the immune system 1. What does it do? It goes to your tonsils. It'll take on those pathogens. Those pathogens will enter your body and you'll get whatever was out there. And your body will start to fight it. This is the first line of our immune system. How does it fight it? Even in the case of chickenpox, it brings on coughing. And it'll either turn into a wet cough and so forth, and you'll bring up phlegm. You're getting rid of it. How's another form? You'll get rashes. The body is creating rashes to expel it through the skin. Coughing through the mouth. Sneezing, blowing your nose, getting it out through all the systems behind your ears and inside your sinuses. It's getting rid of it. Fevers, guys, and this is a very cool one. And today fevers are looked at in a very different light. The fever is there to expel what's not needed of that pathogen. But is the whole pathogen, or whatever nature intended originally, without when man-made stuff started coming in and they started messing with things behind the scenes, the chickenpox? So we got it, rash, fevers, coughing, sneezing, all natural, cool things. And that lasts probably 1 to 3 weeks with your chickenpox. But then there's a second part, and this is part 2 of our immune system. And it is a very complex and a very cool part. And I'm just going to look away for a second because even I sometimes don't remember it off the top of my head, but it gives me a name and then that brings everything back into me. So it's called the humoral immune system. What is the humoral immune system? It's our second part of our immune system. As we went on through time and things like worms and parasites and flukes started coming in and started entering our body, they have an empty stomach, digestive system that through the first stage, which is the coughing, the sneezing, the fevers and so forth, brings on white blood cells. The white blood cells rush to the area and attack it. And then you expel it through those processes. But as it goes through the second part, and especially to get rid of things as I just spoke of, flukes, worms, parasites, the white blood cells alone cannot kill them because they have an empty stomach. It's like attacking something that's on the next level. There's nothing to attack if it's got a digestive system that's like invisible, it's empty. So how does the humoral fix this? The humoral attaches itself, and I'm going to antibodies through proteins that attach itself to what's invading and mark it for death and then start deploying it and eating it away. This is the second part, and this comes on just with chickenpox and others, but we're not just saying chickenpox is the only thing from nature that it works with. It comes on from the 3rd week up to, say, the 10th week or even the 12th week behind the scenes. And it's getting an imprint as it's doing the whole first immune part, going into the second part of the immune system. It's recognizing it. So A, you don't ever get it again. But B is at the end of the picture. Or through those processes and how it attacks it and how it's grabbing certain codes from that chickenpox, what could be something that we're not seeing and only today? And I'm not saying that all science is bad. I'm saying mainstream science, when we're heading backwards in a lot of areas, if it was the solution and the end source, we'd be the healthiest people on the planet at the moment. But I'll bring that up in a second. It's obviously, you know clearly, it's not the state. It's definitely not happening. But what I'm saying about science, they can see things behind the scenes through advanced screening, through blood tests and so forth. So I'll let you know what chickenpox does. The end product of chickenpox is that you have a protective mechanism for when you get older to prevent brain cancer for good. But as chickenpox and measles and so many other things have been brought out to be, it's out to kill us. You're gonna die. If we don't intervene, guys, with vaccines, no person on the planet's gonna live. And then you're gonna go, well, there has been cases through history, and especially in Africa, of so many well-documented illnesses that were taking lives. Yes, they were. So was nature changing her course and not really trying to help us and going, I really need to wipe all these people out? I've just kind of, between the 60s and the 50s and the 70s, I changed my mind. I don't like humans anymore. Then I provided the planet with all this great food and nuts and mushrooms and you name it to keep them healthy, but now I want to get rid of them. Got to think, guys. So why these countries were these beautiful, and especially the young ones and babies and so forth, passing away? It was due to economics, guys. Economics of world debt, especially by the Queen. Through other countries as Africa and Asian countries from 1800s, even before then, that they still to this day don't want to let go of those debts and just wipe them and let the people be. So that causes poverty on extreme levels where they can't even feed themselves. So then when you can't nourish your body, especially with specific vitamins, as in the case of Africa, the body hasn't got a chance in fighting something that naturally is there to help you live longer, and it brings in a special cause. And everyone has a special cause. I'll go through them later, but chickenpox stops brain cancer as you get older. But it was never spoken about, it was never told about, but it's a reality. There's hundreds and hundreds of papers proving this. And that's why these poor children were dying on massive levels. Nothing to do with the chickenpox, whatever it was, the measles. It was due to deficiency in vitamins and minerals and so forth, and their poor body couldn't even cope to put in the right mechanisms to then do the whole process as I discussed healthily, and then get rid of it, and it'll just pass on. It'll be a phase through life, gone. But longevity comes from it. This is what I want you guys to really know. This has always how Mother Nature has worked. And through time, when certain things break out, it's due to imbalances brought on by industrialism or by the surroundings or by a new chemical, and it causes such an imbalance that it's enough to throw off the immune system part 1 and part 2 on such drastic levels that when it gets whatever it has, it can't do its process and it equals deaths. It's nothing to do with nature is out to get you. And that's why in these countries, for a certain period of time, the vaccines seemed, we're saving millions. Look at them, all the children. They're no longer dying. But I can tell you guys, and I'll bring up the exact papers and what the papers are. Behind the scenes, there were studies done at that period to just see what's really going on. Is everything good? Like, yep, they saved them, yay, great health, woo, woo, woo. I can tell you what was going on, and I'll bring up the paper so then you'd go, well, he's just making it up. Behind the scenes, there were thousands upon thousands of deaths occurring with no understanding. There was no like, what's going on here? There were just deaths out of the blue, and they were increasing on levels they've never seen. But the media never put that on because the vaccines are saving the children of Africa. The vaccines are saving children everywhere around the world. Without the vaccines, nature would come in and destroy you, and there'd be nobody on this planet. So this is the first part of the talk, guys. I hope I explained it clearly. It is very easy to understand, guys, when you understand it. So I'll be bringing up the next stage of how vaccines by modern society, from the time they were invented till now, how do they come into our body? Is it as a child, doing natural things, picking flowers, climbing on trees, getting my boogers, eating them, touching the ground, eating it, not washing my hands all the time? But those children, even way back then, when they had the right nourishment, were the healthiest children ever. Could it be? Or could it be a vaccine that goes straight through the first line of defense? Our tonsils gets injected, goes straight into the bloodstream, and the body goes, man, where did this come from? It hasn't triggered the first part. I don't even know what you are. How did you get here? How did you outsmart the first part, which is the part, and the very critical part of all body functions to create an immune system that will benefit not only now, but in the long part? So this is what I want to leave you with, guys. This is the first part. I hope this starts drawing in rightful pictures into your mind, into your heart, and you start going, man, I don't know if nature's really out to get us. It doesn't sound like it from what I'm hearing. And if we were created that way and we're bypassing things by the natural structure, and then we're not able to cough them out or have a fever or have a rash because it's gone straight into the bloodstream and it's gone through the second part of the immune system. How does our body really benefit from it? How does it expel what shouldn't be there naturally? So I just want to leave you with this talk. I hope it really awakens some senses, and as we go through the talk, the face will be fully shaved, the full picture will come in, and you'll go, that makes so much sense. So please guys, I'm sending this to all the people I love, anyone who obviously has children. Please start listening, please start examining. I will bring up a whiteboard, I'll bring all the facts, the hundreds, the thousands of different doctors all around the world. Facts that can't be disputed, and then you can look them up because they're there. Even though they're archived and they're kind of kept quiet, they're there. You can research them, and then you can pull up the hundreds and thousands and just see them over and over, and they're just popping up more and more and go, is this a coincidence? Or is there something really wrong here? Thank you guys, and let's get back to it very shortly, but I'll say goodbye now for part 2. Thank you for listening. Love being with you guys. Talk soon.